Yo, what's going on, fellas? It's your boy. It's been a while since I made a YouTube video like this, but I wanted to just make one today talking about throws and kind of give you guys some help and advice on how to get better at defending against throws and just how to better your defense in this game in general, because it is pretty hard in this game, and especially early on, you can kind of get overwhelmed by offense. So I want to make a video talking about throws today. So getting straight into it. To keep it very simple at first, throw is basically just when you think your opponent's going to block. Even if they're stand blocking or crouch blocking, it does work either way. So if they're crouch blocking, a throw will still work. You can throw them back or forward, up to you. Usually depending on where you are on the screen, say if you're in the corner, you would kind of want to throw them forward more to keep them in the corner. However, throwing them back is also a mind game, considering a throw in this game is a 50-50. If they throw you back or forward, you do technically have to guess which way, but usually depending on where you are on the screen, you can kind of get an idea of where they would want to throw you. For example, if you're close to the corner, they're going to probably want to keep you in the corner, so they would throw you forward more than others. And like say, for example, they're in the corner, there's a pretty high chance that they're going to throw you back rather than throw you away from the corner. That's a pretty good way to think about it, to keep that in mind. But that can also be a downfall for you, and they can mix you up like that. So I am going to be using universal notation for this video. So if you don't know what the notation is, you can just check the description and I'll have it in there. Then I'm going to get into throw techs and how they work. So basically, when someone throws you, you have the ability to do a throw escape, or we usually call it tech. So you can throw them backwards or forward, and depending on which way they throw you, you have to press a different button to tech that way. So throwing forward, you tech with 2 and 4, and throwing back, you tech with 1 or 3. The reason that this is important to know that you can throw both back and forward is that some characters are very lucky and have throw crushing blows. So I'll record Baraka here doing dash up back throw, and then I'll get him to do another forward throw right after. So now I'm going to tech the wrong way, and you can see on the left it says escape failed. Now if I get thrown again by Baraka, it's going to do a crushing blow and it's going to do 31%. And that's because I got escape failed the first time, and then the next throw will crushing blow. So you do have to be careful when teching throws, because if you do tech the wrong way and they have a throw crushing blow, the threat of throw is even stronger. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so now we're going to go into how to defend against throws and what your options are and when it's good to do so and stuff like that. So while you do have the option to tech a throw, like I showed you earlier, there is also other options. So for example, a throw will not be caught airborne. If you have it airborne, you cannot be thrown out of the air. If you hold up and someone tries to throw you, you will get a full combo punish usually. And you also have the option to duck. So throws in this game are technically highs, and you can just duck under them. And if you do, you get a really big crushing blow combo. Or you can just do a normal combo as well, depending on what the situation is. So if you've teched a lot of throws and you're not really getting much reward, you can make the risky read and duck, or you can choose to jump. This is very risky because you can get punished pretty hard for it if you get hit by some high damaging mids. However, this is a pretty common thing that you'll see in this game. Especially wake up jump, it's probably more prominent than ducking is, because it's a bit safer. However, they're both pretty risky, but just keep that in mind that those are options that you do have to take sometimes. And I definitely recommend doing it sometimes. Okay, so next up we're going to get into how to actually practice taking throws and how to build your muscle memory up so your defense becomes even better. Keep in mind that online this is going to be a lot harder. However, if you do get a chance to play the game offline, I highly recommend it, as it does make things like this a lot easier. So as you can see here, I'm blocking Baraka's 1-1, and I'm also teching his throw. So just kind of to show you that it is possible, and like you can practice this to build your muscle memory up to get better defense. So what I've done here is I've just recorded Baraka doing dash throw, and then I've made another recording of him doing dash 1-1. So they'll look very similar, and almost at first it's very hard to distinguish the two. But with practice, you can see how most of the time I will tech the throw and still block the 1-1. But keep in mind that if you add other things like dash, delay 1-1, and dash, delay, throw, it does become very tricky to defend against all of it. But just doing this in general is still very good practice for your muscle memory, and it will help your defense overall. But it does become a lot harder if you add them all together. You can see there in the clip that I was defending against all of the options, but keep in mind that it is very hard, but that is the best way to practice your throw defense and how to get better at it. So if you practice this every day, you will definitely get way better at taking throws and your defense will become a lot stronger. And just being able to block and tech is a way better option than always having to wake up or jump or always duck or stuff like that. So I highly suggest practicing that every day. Braga's not the only character you can do that against. You can also do it against noobs 2-on-2 and a bunch of other characters in the game that I can show you after as well. So just to give you a quick few more examples that you can practice this on. Some very good ones are Lose 1-2, Garrus is 1-on-1, Jackie's 1-1, Scorpion 1-1, and Nightwolf's 1-1-1 as well. I just want to quickly mention again, keep in mind that all of this combined is very hard to deal with in a real match. But practicing this will make your defense a lot better and will actually give you the options there to tech and know how to defend better. So I hope this video made sense. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Drop it in the comments, tweet at me, anything like that. I'm going to be trying to make more of these in the future. Next video I'm going to be making is on how to react to things like Sub-Zero's overhead and if it's actually possible or not. So hope you guys are looking forward to the next one. Hope you guys learned something from this video. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.